Hi everyone, it's Cherry Enchantress. I'm here with a pick a card and a super full moon, strawberry moon in Capricorn reading. So we're going to pick up on some energies here, and then specifically whatever pile you pick, you'll have a special message for each pile. I'm going to do a little bit of a marker and also live shuffle. So the first pile here is the blue lace agate, and I will give you a message that goes with that. The second pile is the snowflake obsidian. The third pile is the green aventurine. All right, so you can listen to all three piles or just go to the one that attracts you most. A lot of you get upset when you can't decide. There's so many methods. One method would be, hold your hand, even, okay, if you're on a computer, like hold your hand up and see which one emanates some heat. As strange as it seems, you can feel it right through the screen. Mine is pile 3, I think. Or I have a favorite number, 24, and whenever I see timestamp that has a 24 in it or 42 in it, I usually go to that. Or you can pick 1, 2, 3, like the number 2 usually, but because this was hottest, I might go to number 3. So there's all kinds of methods that you can use. The best way, though, I would just say to just relax and close your eyes, take a deep breath in. Open your eyes, release your breath. Now let your eyes just drift to the pile that's meant for you. Let's begin. So this is pile 1. You pick the blue lace agate. Beautiful stone. I got it just recently on my trip to Galveston. So let's see what we've got. You've got the end of a tough cycle approaches with full moon in Capricorn. So most of our explanation will be about how the part of the moon being Capricorn is going to affect you. And this moon has a lot of qualities to it, but one of it is the fact that it's a Capricorn moon. First, let's just go over your blue lace message here. So blue lace agate is a peaceful acceptance, a stress-free non-attachment, freedom from unnecessary dramas. Although crystals seem solid and permanent, all things on this earth change over time, even the minerals and the rocks. And the transformation can be slow and nearly imperceptible, but we are always changing. Our lives flow like a river, slowly or quickly, but it's always in motion, and that's a good thing. The appearance of this here in this reading, the blue lace agate, is saying that it's time for you to embrace the possibility of change without the stress of it. You're not too old or too late or too stuck in your ways to do anything. You are enough, and you will have help as you dare to be different and step into a new destiny, finding your purpose with peace in your heart instead of living according to those old patterns probably created long before you even thought about your habits and belief systems. Why hold on to a past that causes you stress and anxiety? It's already changing anyway. So the impermanence is the nature of everything, and the conscious universe has so many ideas for how to help you be fulfilled, balanced, and joyful. Very good. So that made a lot of sense to me, that there's a lot of belief systems set into place that weren't really our choices. They were just there, you just kept going riding with it. And maybe now it's time to think, maybe I don't need to ride with this thought anymore. So the point of what you need to focus on is the fact that we're in a Capricorn phase. Capricorn's all about hard work. So are you willing to work for what you want? This is reminding you that effort is required in your different areas. Some things might be about, having to do with your job. Generally, Capricorn has a lot to do with work and jobs. And what part of your job you want or you like and what part you don't like. And is it enough to keep it, or is it time to make some changes? But it's also saying in a general sense, no matter what you do, the universe has got a better plan, and rough times are starting to dissipate. So it's also, Capricorns are ambitious, so it's kind of like focusing on ambition as well. And where are you ready to put your ambition? What kind of classes or training or backup, some of it it's very interesting, because a lot of people will, like, say, want to have a YouTube channel. Well, I mean, it's a wonderful, exciting, fun thing, and if you want to do it just for the fun of it and without any ambition to actually make it part of your career, that's one thing. But if you want eventually to make this your career somehow, then you definitely have to put some effort into it, at least discipline into it, and so I think that's what the full moon is talking about. What those things that you truly have ambition about, that you truly want to bring about, it's not just a matter of sitting back and meditating and letting universe just drop it in your lap. You're a co-creator, so you have to work with the universe. So you have to actually put some effort and action into it. Also, though, there is a bit of releasing too. So releasing control in a general sense too, and trusting the universe. It's a fine line, between the action and the doing, and the work, and then the release and the trust too. So you have to have both. And sometimes you might have to admit that sometimes you're hard-headed, or you have sort of a stubbornness. So it's important to find balance between it all. If it has to do with love in your life, love right now is going through a nice solid phase, but this is another area where you have to put effort into it, and put love into your relationship. Be sure to prioritize it. Don't take each other for granted, or just assume that everything's going to keep sailing smoothly without putting any effort into, taking each other out or making those small gestures of love. So pour a lot of love into your relationships right now. Okay, so let's get a secret language of light. I just was called to use this deck and get some more messages. Let's see what we get. Let's just pull off the top. Let's see, you've got joy. So joy is just something that you just allow yourself to feel. Sometimes we can block the joy from even arriving in our hearts. But if you just really, it's part of like releasing and letting go, and just plain experiencing it. If a thought does not give you joy, then search for one that does. Thank that thought for showing you where you don't feel joyful, and then reach for a pleasing thought. You can empower yourself by choosing joyful thoughts. You will disempower yourself by choosing sad thoughts. So what will you choose? There is almost always something to make you feel at ease in every situation, and it's up to you to find that. Try reaching for a joyous thought right now. Look around your house, what gives you joy. Turn toward the joy in your life. Create it somehow. Watch a funny movie. Go and, pamper yourself, whatever. But open your heart to allow blissful inspiration to direct your actions, and you will give without expectation. Joy is your natural state of being, and now is the time to honor it. So yeah, and also, like, I know sometimes in my sad moments or my troubled moments, I'll reach out to the angels, because I sometimes forget to do that. And I'll reach out to the angels and ask for help, and suddenly a wave of peace comes over me when I do that. So that's another something that you might like to try. Okay, I'm going to pick one more card. We're going to pick from the Whispers of Love to focus on your love. My cat's freaking out. Hold on, let me see what's wrong. All right, let's do love. My poor kitty. Kiki is just too much for him. Okay, let's see. What do we got? Love. What should your love focus be on? Kind of got a message. Get to know each other. So learn to meet each other's needs for love. Maybe learn each other's love language. Also, that could be part of, you know, making effort, right? Maybe your person wants quality time and then you need to take them out, you know, or maybe that's not that important to them. You know, be sensitive to your person's needs and love language, because maybe all they really care about is some quality time, or maybe they want some space, and maybe they want some words of affirmations, you know, just give me some space, tell me everything's all right, and I just, you know, have a little space. Whatever it is, really open up to each other and find out what that could be. Okay, so let's get a little charms for you as well. And these were in my hand. So you've got yeah, I feel like maybe somebody just wants to spread their wings, wants a little bit of freedom, flexibility. Maybe somebody wants to travel. That's like a big desire here. Give them their desires. Ooh, you got the fortune cookie. You got all kinds of goodies today. You got name and cool and name again. What's in a name? You've got travel. See, again, travel. There is a quirky person here, but also they want to be understood, you know, appreciated for their unusual qualities, but also know that they're very balanced, you know. They're very balanced people, even if they're a little, you know, eccentric, let's put it that way. And listen to the fairies. The fairies are guiding you too. The Gemini here is telling you that it could be a Gemini here, or it could be just simply somebody's intelligent. And the bowler cap makes me think of past lives connection. So I'm going to get you a fortune cookie. These are V-Love and Crystal's fortune cookies. So I'll pull an extra card and see what's an extra message for you here. Raise your vibration. All right, so some spirituality here. Maybe for both of you, I'm just feeling another person here, and maybe you and your person need to have sort of a spirituality leveling up, you know, like do something in a spiritual sense. Maybe you guys are very physical people. Maybe it's time to do some yoga together, or some interactive Reiki, tantric stuff. That would be cool. So try something different. Let's see what your letters have to say. So you have tuk, kut, kui. Let me get a couple more. To talk, like TikTok. And you. So we have you. Oh, you're hot. Okay. Good. That's a good thing to say. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to move on to the next. Okay, and pile number 2 is the Snowflake Obsidian. And so we're going to talk about the obsidian, and your card is Supermoon. Emotions are running high. So this supermoon, strawberry supermoon in Capricorn, the focus for you will be the part that it's super. The superness of it is what's mostly jumping out for you, and what you have to be aware of. And so let's kind of get an idea what the obsidian has to say for you. First of all, first and foremost, let's take a look at the obsidian. So I found out that the orange calcite is like totally up my alley. All right, so the obsidian is saying observe the self-reflection and know thyself. When you look in the mirror, who looks back at you? How do you view yourself? Do you look into your own eyes and see someone willing to acknowledge the past and learn from it? Do you see someone willing to step into a new identity, one more suited to the life you want for yourself? All of us are ever changing and a mix of past, present, and hopes for the future. The challenge is to trust that you are becoming somebody that will be loved and cherished and supported, even if you're still just exploring your potential. You're still unfamiliar with the new territory that you've entered. As you ponder what you wish to change, love the one you're with. you know. If you can't be with the one you love the one you're with, especially yourself. You know, if there's things about you still that you're like, I'm still working on that. That's okay. You're working on it. That's the important part. Love yourself in all your complexity, knowing that whatever strengths you need are present. This stone particular, this crystal, is here to amplify them through the power of self-awareness. Just as an observing, a particle or a wave, the observer can change its form. And so too, in observing yourself, can you begin the process of personal transformation. You are going to love the you that you're becoming. This is really good. Like, it's funny because I was thinking this, there's things that I kept trying to work on this month, and I had to like little starts and stops and starts and stops, and I blame it on Mercury retrograde, but I kept trying anyway. And now with the full moon, I'm thinking, full moon energy it's not about starting something new, it's about completions of things. But that doesn't matter. You can still use the energy of the full moon to do as power for any part of your life. So don't worry so much about what the full moon is about. Go ahead and keep working at that on yourself. You can work on yourself in any phase at any time, whether something is going in reverse or going forward. And all of these things, all of these phases, and all of these moons, and all of this astrology or whatever, causes a lot of outside influences on us, they're all like learning tools as well. So specifically, the supermoon here is suggesting that the answer to whatever you're asking is writ large, like a silvery moon set against the velvety night sky. If you're wondering how successful something is going to be, such as a job or relationship, the answer is very. To use a common parlance, the answer to your question may well be that it's under your nose. This is about being larger than life, being special and bursting with energy that you can tune into and work with. You can expect plenty of good things and positive outcome when this card comes up, but you may find there's a lot of emotion to deal with too. There's also a sense that the opportunities around whatever you're asking about don't come along every day, so take action. So the attune to the moon message is success is close. You must trust. Even if you feel like you're kind of starting again, it's okay. Success is right there. It's all one and the same, really. The new moon to the full moon, it's all together as one. It's like one, it's still the moon, it's just the parts of it that you're seeing, right? So just keep going with your ideas. If there's something that you want to change or something that you're trying to improve about yourself, the supermoon is saying that you're going to have great success at this. The resolution to questions that you might be having are closer than you think. Also, there's a lot of things that are just right there, so don't ignore the obvious. The obvious is actually a little stronger, and it's like the clear things that are just right there. Like, you may be trying to find something that's, make sense of something or judge something by some outskirts clues or whatever. The obvious is right in front of your face. Also, like, if you have say your very first impression on something, most of the time is the most accurate. So trust that. Like, go back to that feeling again that you had when you first met that person, or you first thought about that thing. What did you feel about that? So anyway, and then, if, like in pile one, where I was saying, if you have any concerns, reach out to the angels. This is saying speak to the goddess and ask her for assistance. And basically, the goddess is kind of like our higher selves. So, you know, tune into yourself and tune into your higher self. Talk to your higher self. Like, imagine your higher self being this benevolent, kind, smiling being, smiling on you, knowing the past, present, and future, and how things are going to turn out, and just like reassuring you, saying, okay, honey, I know you're going through a lot. Things, I promise you, oh my God, it's going to get really good. You know, just hear yourself say that to you. So yeah, the supermoon's pretty cool because it's a full moon, or new moon too, full moon that takes place when the moon is closest point to the earth during its monthly orbit. So we've been having a lot of these lately. The moon keeps getting very close to the earth, and it's the queen of emotions. A lot of what you might do, I just felt this kind of energy that when you really look at yourself, sometimes you get emotional. You know, you might burst into tears. You might have a dark soul of the night or something like that, where you just cry and realize, yes, now things are becoming clear to me. So, you know, go with those kinds of things. And whatever you're learning about yourself, it's always good. You know, self-exploration is always a good thing. So let me see what your secret language of light message is. Ooh, you got the divine masculine. So some of you are masculine out there asking about this. Whether you're male or female, the divine masculine energy is here. Or some of you could be connecting with the divine masculine and learning about something that's going on with them as well. Let's see what we get, what our extended messages here are. The light that supports desire and inspires action. Everything has its purpose. You will not always understand what the purpose of something is. However, it's someone's creation, and that is to be respected. If you don't like it, let it be the inspiration to create something more aligned with your soul's purpose. Consider all areas of your life and reevaluate any part that might not be working. And we had a lot of that in pile one. You can be your own father by respecting your ideas and providing a way for them to manifest. Remember, even if you're female or resonate with the feminine energy, there is that masculine side to you. And there's two kinds of parents, you know, there's the masculine and the feminine. And sometimes it's important to be the masculine parent to yourself, you know, like we're always talking about nurturing yourself. But in a general sense, and this is not, you know, I'm just being generalizing here, but think about how you visualize a father figure, somebody who is supportive and motivating and encouraging. Usually turn to the father for the words of encouragement, right? The one who will promote you and uplift you and tell you you did a good job. The person that you go to fish with, to play sports with, you know, to catch a ball with, that kind of thing. You know, they're the action-oriented person, the one you can depend on to bring the money to the table to feed you. Now, I know in roles, gender roles have very broad now, and mothers and fathers do mixed jobs all the time. But think about that, you know, think about being both those energies, the mothering, nurturing energy, and the supportive energy that tells you, hey, you did a great job. You are a master of your own making, so now's the time to recognize your inner strengths and motivation, and to be a leader of your thoughts and emotions instead of a follower. Stand your ground, regain your self-respect, pick yourself up, dust yourself off. This is not a time to force against or try to control external forces. This is a time for disciplining the ways you focus and what you think about so you can create your dreams. See, it's not about, don't throw the good with the good out with the bad. Refocus, you know, hold on to those good things because they've been helpful, you know, but you know, just it's about cleaning up and sweeping the things that aren't helping so much. let's get a little bit of a love message here with the Whispers of Love. So how do we focus on our love relationships, pile 2, during this period here? I feel like the full moon energies have kind of a window, like a day before window and a couple of days after kind of window. Ooh, see, actions speak loudly. Express your love through actions. Pile 1, we definitely had the love language come out saying, hey, if you have ambition for your love and you want to improve your love life, then find out what it is about the other person that makes them happy. What's their love language? So this one could definitely, if there's a special someone in your life, your actions are going to speak loudly, and that goes perfectly with the divine masculine, which is all about action-oriented things. And yes, so actions, and a little bit of encouragement to go with those actions. But yeah, action time. Whether you're male or female or masculine or feminine, tap into that energy. I think that might be helpful for you during these few days. All right, so let's get some charms. Okay. So we have soccer ball. So it could be time for actual sports, and enjoying the outdoors with friends and family and other people. You could be going away to a special place. When I see the Eiffel Tower, especially the sparkly one, I think of France, but I also think of, amusement parks. And I think, what I think of a lot is the putt-putt place. What movie was that? The Wonders of the World putt-putt. It was an Adam Sandler movie, I think, where I think could have been a Bill Murray movie, but anyway, somebody came up with this big dream of making a putt-putt place with the 7 wonders of the world, and you hit the ball through each one, and so that's what I'm seeing right here. I see this a lot, and I never really express it out loud, but this time I'm going to say that. So yeah, I'm looking at the world. So go out and do some fun things like that. You have the star, which is hope. You have the piggy, which is about optimism and, good attitude. You have the key. You can pretty much open up anything you desire to open up. And you have the other key, which is the key to each other's hearts. So the key to each other's hearts is through actions. I think this few days here for sure. You have bells. It could be wedding bells. It could be church bells. Maybe one of the things your person wants you to do is, take him to church. I don't know. Take him somewhere where there's bells, a bell tower, or maybe talk about wedding plans or something. You've got an angel looking down on you, and this is a very sweet, blessed baby. And you've got fairies looking down on you too. So a lot of dream action too, a lot of subconscious activity. I think that might be sometimes can be a problem. Not a problem, but it can be if you rely so much on a subconscious connection with somebody else, then sometimes they'll take that for granted, right? They think, oh, they know what I'm thinking because we have such a great connection. They always know what I'm thinking. Well, there are times where that doesn't always work, especially during retrograde periods. Maybe the psychic connection is a little off, so you might have to recharge that or reinforce it through words of affirmation or actions. Okay, well, we do have the cross here, which is, to me, kind of, with the cross with the bells, that makes me think of church again. Maybe you have wedding plans. Maybe somebody needs to show that they have an idea of where they want to head in this relationship, if there's a relationship here to be considering. Or maybe it has to do with your faith too. Maybe this is like readdressing things like that. Also, so be careful about your tail because you don't want to give away too much. Ariel, traded in her voice so she could have legs because she wanted to be where the people were. Well, and she wanted to be with Eric more than anything. But don't let your desire to be with, your desires for someone or something overwhelm you so much that you give away too much, okay? So make sure you got your boundaries in check. And because you got Mermaid coming out, I'm going to give you a little Sea Melodies message, a little bonus message here for you. Okay, let's see what we got. Strength. Stay afloat and feel steady and calm. This came out once before. Like, why does it keep coming out? But I feel like there's a large portion of you that need to stay strong. Yeah, don't give up your tail so easily. Stay strong. Okay? Well, I hope you like that. I'm going to move on to the next. Okay, last but not least, pile number 3 and the green Aventurine. So you have the green Aventurine and you have the full moon surrendered to the divine. So pile 1 was more of a focus on the Capricorn aspect of the full moon. Pile 2 was more of a focus on the super emotional aspect of the full moon. And yours is just remembering that it's a full moon and surrender to the divine in yourself and in cycles and phases and how the moon in just a general sense does affect us, just like the tides. So before we talk more about the moon, let's go ahead and find out more about green Aventurine and how that applies to these next few days. So usually I take this as to mean a day or two before and a couple of days after the full moon, but definitely it is a timeless message that can apply to any time of your life wherever you stumble upon it. So the green Aventurine is talking about luck. Good fortune and potential and possibility and new opportunities. Possibilities for experiences your soul craves are everywhere, offering new opportunities to help you find your purpose. The gate to the field of infinite potential is always open, for the conscious universe wants you to enjoy the bounty that exists in the realm of possibility and bring it into form through the power of co-creation. So, you're not in this alone, but yeah, you have plenty of power on your own, but there is a humility and a humbleness that you have to realize that there is a higher force that you're working with, even if the higher force is your higher self, you right now in this 3D form, in this learning and growing phase of your life, doesn't know everything, right? There are higher forces at work that do know more. So trust in that. Cast those fears aside, cast the regrets aside, and say, and focus that on this love, this big love that the universe is sending you, and the universe wants to give you all that you desire. The universe is always dreaming up new ways to bring you what you need and to help you experience well-being, joy, and fulfillment. Okay, so this does feel like a big surrender. I understand, like, some people, just feel a strong need to control because they feel like things don't happen unless they're actually making it happen with effort. And that's true. Like, we got a lot of that effort in pile 1, and definitely you're going to feel that because it's a Capricorn moon. But there is also, and pile 1 also said it, that you have to find a nice balance of letting go too, letting go and trusting the universe. So it's a combination of those things that you need to work on for your couple of days coming up here. So know that the word climax brings all sorts of ideas. We know that, right? Yes. But it really is the feeling of this card. So life is coming to a head, a point, a conclusion, or a turning point, and there may be some kind of change and possibly even some sort of emotional explosion. So tune into your emotions now and see what they're telling you. They're very likely close to the surface. No matter when the moon cycle you've pulled this card, it doesn't matter. Like, right now is real time, but if you stumble upon this at any other time, it's still the message for you, okay? Matters will soon conclude, and you'll find out whether or not your wishes are going to come true. The odds are in your favor, as this is a positive card, but you may need to work harder than usual to keep cool as events unfold, and maybe even harder still because it's a Capricorn moon. But luckily, because of Capricorn moon, Capricorns are stoic, known to be stoic. Capricorns are known to be very grounded, and the emotion runs in a different way. It's not like a river running like a water sign. It's kind of a steely emotion, right? It's kind of right stuck in their gut kind of feeling. So just know, like, you might need to take a little certain kind of actions to allow those emotions out that other people don't usually use. Fire signs are a burst of energy. Water signs may cry. Earth signs don't always cry, and so earth signs might have to find something very tangible, maybe do some pottery work or whatever, but there is some tangible thing that out there that will help calm you. Squeeze a stress ball or something like that. Anyway, get into a calm phase and realize you're attuned to the moon messages. I am getting the answers I need. Just have this knowing that that's happening for you. You may, whatever wish you made is coming true. That's a side message here too. This is a make it or break it time. Don't stress, but it is a make it or break it time. There's a madness in the air, so you got to keep breathing and stay calm. Now, Earth does need air to breathe, and in order to plant seeds, and the Earth needs in order to help those seeds grow, the Earth needs air and water and the sunlight. So make sure you nourish yourself and get plenty of all the fuel you need to keep going. Forgiveness might be part of the process here, and letting go of the past as well. So this is kind of a power card, so it's a good omen. It's good, like good things are coming your way. This is a good part of the cycle. Answers are coming, and that might be something that you've really longed for, and finally you're getting answers and things are starting to make more sense, especially now that Mercury is direct. There's the confusion that sometimes accompanies a retrograde is dissipating, and clear channels are coming. Now today specific, well, the day of, okay, today specifically, because today is the 20, today the 22nd, yeah, today is the 22nd in real time. Wherever you're watching it, though, this might not be affecting you necessarily, but in real time, Mercury is kind of stationary. It's not actually moving at all. So there's kind of a stillness in the air, which is fine with me. It's the moon. There's adjustment phase going on. Maybe you need to get an adjustment too. Earth people and Earth influences could always do with hugs and comfort and things, earthy things. Back scratches and massages and getting a chiropractic adjustment. That sounds like a good thing. I need one of those right now. All right, so let's see. We're gonna get a secret language of the light message here. What do we have? You have variance. All right, so variance is interesting. Something that I'm not real 100% sure what it's focusing on. Let's see. This is the differing perceptions of ego and soul. Makes sense. So today you may not feel like yourself, especially on the stationary Mercury. It may feel a little weird before things start to move forward again. You and your soul are looking at the same thing but are seeing it differently. Your emotions and creations and reactions are a combination of your thoughts and your soul's thoughts. And when they don't align, you feel wobbly. Variance is a way of explaining the wobble. When you have the same perspective as your soul, things feel right, So when your ego and your soul, higher self is aligned, it feels good, right? And most of the time we don't want to be in a negative ego, but sometimes it happens that way. And you think that's balance, but it's not necessarily balance, you know? So when you have the same perspective, that's where you feel the best. No limiting beliefs or patterns are triggered, but there is a feeling that all is well. Your soul will never join you in judgment, blame, or hurt, because it's not the truth of you. So it's interesting how we're finding answers here. I actually have a question that I've been trying to answer, and I don't know how it will get answered, but I know the truth of who I am, even if a person had said something opposite of what my personal truth was. And so there's the soul, but when somebody, you know, wants to bring you down, sometimes there is a part of you that wants to believe that because they seem so convincing, right? So don't let them pull you down. Your soul, and know that if you're connected on a soul level with somebody else and you share the same soul, your soul will never join you in judgment, blame, or hurt, because it's not the truth of you. It is not the perspective of love. Your true person, your true soulmate, and that other person loves you unconditionally and will not judge you. How you feel reveals how aligned you are with your soul. If you're experiencing something that doesn't feel quite right, take a breath and come back to your center. You will begin to feel better, inspired to navigate your inner radar, and ready to receive your soul's transmissions. Okay, I'm feeling a little bit of an answer coming forth. Very interesting. All right, so let's top it off with a love message. So remember that, you guys. Your shared souls would never judge you like that. Okay. Let's see. All right, you got two things. I'll just take this one then. Do something for someone. The other one was in pile 2, actions speak loudly, but do that too. Express your love through actions. But your main message here is do something for someone. Give your attention to another. Oh, that's so perfect. This is where I've been healing by tending my kitten and, you know, extending that love energy to someone else or something else or some project or some charity or some kind of fundraiser or Girl Scout troop or whatever you're involved in, you know, is where you will find your peace right now. So that's a good thing. Definitely a good thing. Let's see what your charms have to say. Okay. You have 6, which stands for the love number. You have Bell, which is unconditional love. You have 19. 19's been coming out a lot. My son just turned 19. And you have this, which symbolizes fire. To me, fire is passion. We've got Scrooge, which, you know, I feel like this for some of you could be reflecting back on pile 2 or pile 1, where it's like taking, you know, assessing who you are and seeing the past, present, and the future, and realizing, you know, where the past, present, and future are taking you. You know, what are you learning here? You know, like the ghosts of the past, present, and future came to the Scrooge, the Donald Duck Scrooge, and came to all the Scrooges, but Donald Duck had a funny way of expressing his feelings. So I would say, yeah, just focus on the changes, the evolution, phases, and where you are in your phase. Also, just know that I also get, when I get this, is don't have regret and feel like you've wasted time. Don't focus on regret. That's not going to do you any good, okay? Just keep, you know, try again until you get it right. But also, like, be mindful of all your relationships, and don't take, I'm getting a big from all three piles, don't take any relationship for granted. They're all very precious, and with the Scrooge, that's very high in there too. Don't take any relationship for granted. Yeah, with the elephant, that represents memories, nostalgia, and reflection back. It makes me think of the Six of Cups card, this feeling of connecting with people from long ago, and also connecting with family, and also this feeling of like, I know you and I feel comfortable with you. There looks like a celebration coming in, and maybe stepping out. Maybe this is like walking, putting on your walking shoes. You have some music here, and you have French fries. Every once in a while you can give yourself a little treat and enjoy some French fries, but don't overdo it. Then you have the skull and the key, which is great because it's like the key to transformation. So I'm feeling like, I feel like you need a message from the Secret Garden. Since also skull makes me think of Scorpio and transformation and secrets, what does the Secret Garden has to say? This is my little, I gave everybody else a little extra message. I feel like I should give you too. What is an extra message for you? So you have potential. Look, there's a key. The littlest key can open the heaviest door. See? Wow. Discover. Look at the early dewdrops before they disappear with the morning sun. This is about appreciating moments, you know, appreciating people and appreciating moments too. And then surprises. Venture down the rabbit hole. Ooh, interesting. Wow, that's very exciting, you guys. Well, I really hope you like that. Please, if you're new to the channel, please feel free to subscribe. Check out everything else on the channel to see. And yeah, I'll see you around. I'm going to continue with my monthly reading for twin flames and the zodiac signs. That's coming up next. And also tomorrow, I'm going to put it off a day. Tomorrow I'll do the weekly reading from your person and messages from your person. So check all that out. That's coming up next. And go visit my TikTok or Instagram, and you can see a little quickie readings too, quickie messages and quickie readings that you might be interested in. And if you need a private reading, just check the email address at the bottom of the description box and reach out to me. There's no wait right now, and I can send you a price list and a you know, how to go about doing this and a price list. And also check out all those links to the different places where you can buy stuff, because I sell a lot of beautiful decks too. And there's the little mini romantic fairies about to be approved any second now, so I'm so excited about that. So be ready for that one too. All right, you guys, well, I will see you later. Tonight I'm going live, so come visit me for really great discount readings. See you then. Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust.